Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Zebo Nation Plays Football Manager 2017. This is our build a team in the MLS, Lansing United. And this will be our end of the regular season review and playoffs preview, hopefully. So you can look down here, we've had a bit of a bad run. We've dropped all the way to 6th place, holding on to that final playoff spot by 3 points over Los Angeles. So basically, I think as long as we get any sort of positive result in this final match, if we get a draw, we get a win, we're solidly in the playoffs. You know, we could even jump up to 4th place in the Western Conference. I always say Eastern Conference, but it's the Western Conference. As you can see in the Supporters Shield, we've dropped tremendously in the Supporters Shield, all the way down to 13th, but still, we just needed to avoid finishing in the bottom of the league. So I guess technically we are in the bottom of the league. Right there, 21, 22 teams, so we need to finish 11th to finish in the top half. I guess it doesn't say top half though. It just says don't finish in the bottom. So I don't know what they consider the bottom. There's no relegation, so there's no like little line at the bottom here to say these are the bottom teams. But I assume they mean the bottom 4, bottom 5. I don't know. Who knows what there is in their little heads? But we're doing very well in our conference. They just said don't finish in the bottom, and we're in playoff position, so that's good for us. Let's see, anything else going on? I guess we could look at the schedule. This is, I see, our last game, and our last game is against the #1 team in the league, Houston Dynamo. If you look at the competitions here, it's been a very good year for soccer in the state of Texas. Got Houston and Dallas at the top of the league here, top of the Supporters Shield, top of the Western Conference. So good news for them. We're sort of struggling. What's interesting is Toronto FC, they just fired their head coach, and yet they're 3rd in the league. So I don't know what their expectations are, but they're must be pretty high. Must have wanted them to win the Supporters Shield, I guess. Anything else? I guess we can look at transfers. Take a look at our transfer history. Not a lot going on recently. Like I said, we brought in a new midfielder. I think we talked about him last time, yeah, and a young French striker who's not going to be playing for us. He's on loan, even though we did have to bring up several players from loan just to cover for some injuries, and we'll talk about that, I guess. Look at the match preview. Houston, they're pretty good. Let's take a look at their team. You know, not dominant team, but they do have outstanding striker, outstanding advanced midfielders. So they're a very good scoring team. Decent goalkeeper, decent defense, and I think most importantly, fairly injury-free. Only 3 players injured, and only one of those is a first-team player, but looks like they replaced him pretty well. So now we can go to our own team selection here and look at our unfortunate just rash of injuries. We've been murdered at the end of the season. I don't know if it's because our training was too high. We did have our training set at high for the entire season. And then suddenly at the end of the season, just boom, 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 injury after injury. Not just any old injury, but like season-ending injuries. So, you know, if you look through our list of season-ending injuries, our top reserve central defender out. Our starting left wing out for the season. That backup midfielder suspended. He's been getting too many yellow cards, so he'll be back, thankfully, for the playoffs, but still, he's out for this game. Our #1 striker out for the season. One of our top 2 midfielders out. He's been out for a long time. There's a chance he could make it back in the playoffs, but I'm not holding my breath. And then just recently, one of our top 2 defenders goes out. So we're going with, you know, we just got so many roster issues here. I guess Our starting goalkeeper keeps going on international leave. So we've been playing with the youngster Stefan, but he's not quite getting the job done. So we'll move Blake back in the starting lineup. Hopefully he doesn't go on vacation in the middle of our friggin' playoffs, but you never know. Right back. Do we have our right back, or is he injured as well? Okay, so we got Brovsky back. That's good. He was suspended for a game. So we'll bring him back. Yeah, I guess we'll just move him straight into the starting lineup. We've got Brent Kallman, reserve defender in there. We got Gelano back. Cruz is there. We're going to play Charles right now at advanced midfielder, or central midfield, because Mr. Mixaplick just came off an injury, and I want him healthy for the playoffs if we get there. Or we can throw him in the second half. You know, he's fit, but he just came off an injury, so I don't want to throw him in there for 60 minutes or 90 minutes. See if, you know, if we're still struggling at halftime, I can put him in there. But for now, we're going to start the youngster, Leon Charles. He's one of the guys we pulled up from his loan. He wasn't doing much on the loan anyway. We've had to move Alvarez from central attacking midfield to playmaker out wide on the left side. We brought in Forsyth at the central attacking midfielder to be our advanced playmaker. And in order to make up for the attacking that Alvarez gave us from central, we brought in our second strikers. We've got 2 target men. I don't know how this works. It's not working tremendously. But we got Hamilton and Allen in there. You know, it's his best position as target man. His best position is target man as well. So at least one of them is better at attack and the other is better at defense. So, or I mean support. So I guess they can work in tandem that way. But I don't know. It's a strange combination for sure. Other than that, you know, we've just got to power through. We got to get this last result, get into the playoffs, and then go on with our lives. Still lacking match sharpness at this stage of the game is ridiculous. Sorry about that. Got distracted by the other computer there. Had to sign in. But, yeah. I totally forgot what I was saying. I wish I could rewind it. Send my assistant. I don't care about that. Oh yeah, about match sharpness. You know, at this stage of the game, you want to have all your guys fit and sharp, especially your backups. You know, I play a lot of players typically during a season, so I always have reserves that have some sort of match fitness, but I haven't been able to do it this season. And also, I think that, you know, you don't gain any match fitness from being a reserve. I don't think you gain much match fitness without starting a few games in a row. So seems like they've changed that whatever calculation that did that. Go out there and impress me, boys. Still got our counterattack. We're a little less aggressive in the counterattack. Maybe control the ball a little more. We'll see. It's got us some draws in the last couple of matches, so that's good. Playing at home, last game of the season. Let's do it, boys. Our field is in good shape, not great shape, as you can see by the little dirt patches. It's been a tough season. Cruz is one of our few starters. There's not an injury, please. No more injuries. Foul. Let's get a free kick out of this. Do something with it, maybe? No, apparently not. Apparently, we did nothing with that free kick. That's no good. Here we go. At least we're kind of controlling the action, maybe. Forsyth, what can you do with it? Can you get it back to him? He's offside. No, there he is. Alvarez, not good. Just not a natural winger. They've got a pretty good counterattack. I don't know what our defense is doing. They're certainly not spread out. Oh, good tackle. It went straight to their player. Get out of there. Dang it. Dang it. Torres, 13th goal of the season. They brutalized us on the counterattack here, even though we got a good steal there, but just unlucky, and then defense not organized at all. Torres scores on the back post. So we're behind the 8 ball already. Danny Cruz has possibly suffered a pulled hamstring. Of course. We'll leave him until halftime, I suppose. Here we go. Let's get a shot here. Let's get an attempt. Oh. Come on now. And they got us on the counterattack again. Get there, get that steal, get the steal. Come on, people. Spread out. Okay, good save, Mr. Blake. That's why we put you in there, but as we can see, they're definitely intent on catching us with that counterattack. I think we're going to have to slow down. I think we're going to have to, control the action a little bit. Let's see if any of that business helps us out. You know, if we can keep control, keep them from doing this kind of stuff. Better stick to Williams. Get out of there, get out of there. Torres is just crushing us. We can't stop him. Can't stop him. We looked at him earlier. He's the best player on their team. And he's showing us why right here. We don't need to see that again. Torres, alright. Close down on everybody and anyone and everyone. So we're going to be up against it here in the second half. Not good. Passionate. Come on, boys, do much better. Let's go to attacking style. Be more expressive, I guess. See what we can do. Oh, we had some injuries to deal with. Guess we'll bring in Zusi for Cruz, even though Cruz has been our rock this season. Starting just about every match. Just about every match. And then I guess we'll bring in Mixoplex for Charles. You know, just try to see if he can kickstart us for the last 45 minutes. It's kind of a risk bringing him in, especially right after half, but you know what? We need something. And we still got one more substitute. If he gets injured, we can bring in somebody else. Got other players who can play that midfield position, thankfully. It's one thing this roster does have is a lot of versatility. I like that. Coleman, what do you got for us? Come on, let's make a play here, boys. There we go. Zusi, the new man, the new substitute. Let's get into the box, one of those target men. There it is, there it is, there it is. Hamilton, the big man, scores. There he is. The big Canadian. You know, I don't want to, make a big deal out of this, but, in the last version, he was an African Canadian. I don't know if they call you that. He was a black man in the previous game. He sort of looks pretty pale right there. So, I don't know what happened. Let's take a look. Does he have a picture? Yeah, I mean, he's still a black man. They just don't really portray that on field, I guess. Skin tone, I don't know. Tiny bit darker, I suppose. Oh, get out of there. Oh, gosh, wide open. Just when we had crawled within reach. Just when we crawled within reach, they take it to us. It's good passing. And there's that man Torres again. Double cover, doesn't matter. Wenger wide open on the backside. Let's get rid of that. So there's not much we can do now except try to score. We're already... Zach Allen has picked up an injury. Well, I was thinking about subbing him out anyway. So I guess we'll bring in the youngster, Akoff. Make him the advance forward. It's fine. There's our third sub. Yet another injury. I don't think there's much we can do instructions-wise. Tighter marking gets stuck in. 2 minutes of added time is not going to help us much. Especially when they get to waste 30 seconds of it on a corner attempt. Hard to score 2 goals in a minute. Hard when Forsyth just heads it right back to him. There we go, Mr. Mixelplix. So we're going to have to hope that Los Angeles loses their game. Or draw, I suppose. They just can't win. As long as they don't win, then we'll hold on to our last place. Oops, I don't know why. I don't even know what I said, but they didn't like it. There we go. Torres had a 7.0 rating, 5 key tackles. For us, their Torres had 9.2 rating and 2 goals and an assist, so he killed us. So we are still in 6th. Oh, looks like Los Angeles dropped. That's good. So we may have held on to our 6th place. Let's see if they give us the playoff email. Houston wins the Supporter Shield. Houston profit from wasteful Lansing United. It's good. Teams secure the playoff spots. Atlanta, Montreal, Lansing FC have guaranteed themselves a playoff spot. So there we go. Oh, let's check out these injuries. Cruz injured 3 to 4 weeks. Ouch. Allen injured 4 weeks. So 2 more starters out of the lineup. Brutal end of the season. We're going to have more starters in hospital than on the field. So there we go. We'll limp into the playoffs, but I'll show you those games next time. Bye.